people, we are back in this project. And yeah, today we're just going to be finishing this little guy behind me. I'm hoping that this stream does well because it is showing that it is a little bit unstable on my end and freezing a bit. And the internet and the weather here has been a bit, well, I'm just hoping this works. Anyway, we are going to be finishing this little rabbit. Yeah, continuing him on from last week. Last stream, which was Thursday. So, let's just jump straight in. It's gonna be a chill stream today, not too much thinking. Yeah. But I do need to replace all of these. I could just nope, I think I need to come out a little bit. Nope. Hopefully this encompasses all of the blocks. / replace lime wool bamboo planks. Ta-da! Okay. So we've got kind of like a base, and then the top part of his ears are actually like a dark color. So we're probably going to use dark oak for this. I'm feeling dark oak planks would probably be the best choice, and we'll grab these as well. And then the inside bit here needs to be pink. Yeah. So this part here needs to be filled in. And then we need to go like this. Actually, this whole section here needs to be dark oak. About there? Yeah, about there. And probably 2 here. Like that. And we'll just add a little bit of gradient. I think I'm starting to get used to the mouse. It's definitely a very handy tool, but it's still very hard, like the movement. Definitely need a bit more practice with it. I was hoping the rain would let up a little bit by the time I started streaming, but oh well, it kind of adds to the vibes. Like, you know, it's a cozy day. We're just working on a little build. We just cozy vibes, you know. Okay, how does that look? I think that doesn't look too bad. I think that kind of works. And now we just kind of need to do the same on this side. So we want about the same level. And then we'll go down to here. Like that. And 2. And then we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to go like that. Like that. And then we need to kind of like fill it in on the inside a little bit, but with this ear, it's gonna kind of curve like so. So down here, a bit like that. Now I do think I need to bring this level down a little bit more because this one's pulled down a bit more. So if we go like that, we'll leave that one bamboo just to add a bit of gradient to it. Like that. I think that works. And then I feel like we need to come through here like this. Come down. And then probably like, oh, okay, I need to swap those to full blocks. Like that maybe? And then, yeah, okay, I like that. And then we'll probably do this just to make it a little bit thicker than a full block. Yeah. But this line here is still quite like really straight, so I do need to change that. Just add a bit of like a curve to it. Like that. No, that's the same level. We can't be having that. Talked about this last stream. I think that works. I think that works. I'm not 100% sure. I still feel like this line here is a little too sharp, but I feel like maybe if we pull it in and go, oh, 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 like that maybe? That's too much of a curve. Yeah, I think that's too much of a curve. Okay, I think that works a little bit better. That's a bit more subtle. Now we just need to work on this other end. Because the ear is like curving that way. So, why does he look like Lopunny? Is Lopunny the Pokemon? Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Lopunny. Oh yeah, kind of, but, oh, but doesn't Lopunny's ears like go down rather than up? I kind of think it's more like the, what's its name? The Scorbunny. Is that its name? Scorbunny. It doesn't look like Scorbunny at all. Never mind. Ignore my yapping. So, I'm happy with that shape. I'm not, this one's a bit too like blocky. So we just need to like add a couple of subtle shapes and curves to it. Just to add a little bit more. Like that. And we'll add a bit of texture up here as well. This still continues to bug me, like dark oak, the 2 different colors. Oh well, nothing I can really do about it. Okay, how does that look? Okay, yeah, I can vibe with that. But we do need to come up here and just help texture this a little bit more. And come down here. Okay. Yeah, like that. I think that works. And we'll probably go 1, 2, like so. I think that shape works. Now before I move on to that one, we'll do the inside bit and probably fill in a bit of the ear. Cannot English today. Probably fill in a bit of the floof around here because he's got like a bit of tuft of fur. You know what? That kind of worked. That kind of random spam worked, and I don't really know how to feel about that. But hey, what works, right? Okay, floof is done there. We'll need to add the like hair there. Now the question is, do we do the external bits of that ear or do we finish this one completely? I think I'm gonna finish it completely. So we're gonna use cherry or crimson? I reckon crimson might be the way to go. I reckon crimson. So let's just fill oh like that. I think cherry may have been the way to go. Should have trusted my gut. Oh, cherry's similar to dark oak. This shelf is different color. It's the color of like the stripped block rather than the planks. Are the other ones like that? Surely not. Spruce? No, see, this is the color of... Oh, wait, the stripped and the planks are the same for like spruce. But for cherry and dark oak, they're not. Oh, okay. I feel like this top part should be crimson. Well, we're going to change it anyway and see how it goes. Oh. Let's go like that, and then we're going to fill these ones in. Oh, I missed. How did I... that's weird. How did I manage to miss that? Unless I like broke it on the way coming down. Okay, let's fill this part. Yeah, it looks so much better pink. Like the light pink. I think it's because the crimson has like a little bit of a purpley note to it as well. I just think this looks better. So then we need to... Oh, the rain's picked up again. We need to kind of just fill this space. Dum, 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 dum. Now the beauty of builds like this is you only look at them from one angle, so the back can look as atrocious as anything. It can be complete rubbish, but as long as the front looks good, we're vibing. And actually, I don't think I should be doing like a completely solid. I feel like that should be pushed back a bit. Oh, too high. Maybe something like that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works. I think we have a bunny ear. I think we have a bunny ear. So now we need to take this and do it there. And then maybe his collar and his flower. So for this one, we definitely want to thicken this section of the ear up. Just a little bit. Even if it's quite rough at the moment. Like that. Yeah, I like that. And then pull down this part. And bring down to there. And I think we'll just close this piece here off. Yeah. And I do want this part here to be a bit thicker. Like it's in front, like it's kind of folded a bit. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Chad, I got a hot chocolate. The vibes are so on for this stream. Except I think the mic is picking up the rain.
Oh, is it?
I don't know, I can see it peaking when I'm not talking, but...
So if you push this button, one of these is, this one is your gains. So you can adjust how much it's picking up.
Okay. Yeah.
And then if you go down to like that,
yeah,
but
okay.
then you can bring it a little bit closer to your face.
It's just harder when it's here and the keyboard's there, like I'm not... Because I do rely on seeing the keyboard, and this blocks my line of sight. Okay.
This is where we'll get a boom, so you can have it here.
Here, yeah.
Right. But yeah, you are going to pick up.
Yeah.
You just tell people it's raining.
Yeah, I have. The weather app said it was going to stop raining, but when is the weather app ever right?
Exactly.
When is the weather app ever right?
Alright, good luck.
Thank you. It's just getting heavier as well. Okay, I think I am going to go back to... Hey Devon, how you doing? We're just doing a bit of building. Chill stream, the vibes are on, it's raining, I've got a hot chocolate. It's like perfect. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Okay, I don't like how thick that is. You're doing good? I'm a little quiet? Okay. 2 seconds. Yeah, we were just messing around with mic stuff because like the rain is kind of loud. Is that any better? Good to hear that you're doing good. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm still not sold on... This is too much of a straight line. It's looking sick. Thank you. Thank you. That's better? Okay, cool. Yeah. We're just, like, literally just trying to see if we could, like, get the rain noises down. But to do that, we have to, like, adjust the gain, which means I get quieter. You hear the rain, but it's better than before? Yeah. Hey, Ender, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome aboard, raiders. We've just got a chill little building stream today. How was your stream? Hope it went well. Hope the stream went well. Oh, and thank you so much for the follow, Meadows. It was so good. That's good to hear. You're going to bed now? Yep. Get some rest. Chat to you later. And thank you so much for the raid. And Devon, thank you so much for the follow as well over on Twitch. I'm still not sold with this shape. I'm not sure if I like it. I'm not sure if I like it. I'm not sure if I like it. I think we kind of need to commit to it, and then if it doesn't work, we can take it down and try it again later. But yeah, this is what I'm working on, raiders. We're doing a little bit of a building stream. We're just going to finish this guy up, and then I want to experiment with a couple of like architectural styles, things that maybe I'll include in Biobound, but I definitely will include at some point. Rabbit in the rain, exactly. Building a rabbit with the rain. It's just a vibe stream today. Okay, let's try and define some of these shapes a bit, and maybe I'll like it a little more. How did I do it here? I went through and thickened pieces, and I didn't really do any on this face. Okay. This one needs to be a stair, and then we need to go into slabs. The rabbit is actually amazing. Thank you so much, Devon. It's a bit of a work in progress, but I've started doing organics recently, and they're a lot more fun than I thought they would be. But thank you, and welcome to the chat, first time chatter. Okay, I think maybe we get rid of this, and we replace it with that. Just be a little, nope, no, that was a bad idea. Why? Oh, that works better. And then we just need to connect it a little more. Like, I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure. Like, it doesn't look bad, but if I swap it to the shelves, it's way too skinny. Like, shelves are a good substitute for a vertical slab, but they're not. They're not a perfect vertical slab. And that makes me sad. But they do the job. They do the job. Okay, I think I can vibe with that. Let's swap that one for a stair and put some shelves in. And then on this side, we're going to do the same. Oh. Oh, we're going to have to put a block back there, aren't we? Boop. Pop the block in. Maybe like that? But again, oh, again, this section here is a bit too sharp. So, oh, like that? Okay, I can work with that, I think. And then if we put a stair or something down the bottom here, and then like that. Yeah, okay, I can work with that. Then we need to add the floofy bit, and I reckon we're going to do what we did last time, which is kind of just block spam. Which is so much easier to do now that I've got a mouse. It was so hard to do this technique with a trackpad. It was just not working. It was so much more effort. But with things like floof, you kind of do just need to just kind of block spam, because floof is floof. There is no rules to it. Like that. And what I will do is I'll get whatever this block is, because I can't remember it. I think it's yellow terracotta. Yeah. And we'll add a bit of shadow around here where the floof is. Just to add a bit of definition, you know? And probably down here around the ear as well. Oh, like that? Yeah, like that. I do like the floof. And then let's add a bit of shadow here. Like that. I think I may have added a little too much shadow on this end. So let's kind of reduce the shadow a little bit. We don't want to go too overboard. Like that. Okay, I think that kind of works. Although that one should be not so shadowed. Okay, let's fill in the inside of his ear and then move on to the collar. Oh, and I keep forgetting this, floof on the top of his head. And so he doesn't have just like a square head. That's probably a bit too straight. One, two, three. We will probably just like outline the edges here. Like that. I hope this looks okay. When you're working with the back, you kind of just have to like trust it, and you will find out later whether it looks good or if it looks completely rubbish. Okay, that part is bad. That part's too straight. So maybe like that? What do we think? What do we think? What are we thinking? What are we feeling? I can work with that. I reckon I can work with that. Okay, so let's go up a little bit more. Like so. Oh, too far. I feel like this part here can kind of even come back a little bit further, just because of the way this ear is shaped. Maybe like that. Maybe like that. I do like that. I think these top sections probably need to be crimson, just to add a bit of depth and shadow. And I think down the bottom here we need a bit of shadow too. So let's just add that in here. Like that? Yeah. It is a bit harsh, but there's not... Wait, hang on. I'm using full blocks. Let me go in with pink concrete and pink terracotta instead of crimson. That might be a little bit better. Why didn't I think of this before? Why didn't I think of this before? A And then we'll probably go to like here. Like that. And then we do need, hang on. Let's maybe try a bit of glass just to see if this is gonna work. If we try and like gradient the pink cherry down a bit. I think that makes the gradient a little more subtle, a little less harsh. Like so. And then if we do the same on this side, we can probably call the ears basically done. Like that. And I'll probably go back there. Go back into there and just fill that. Okay, now we need the top bit and then we can work on the floof. 2, 3. Okay, that's a bit too straight of an angle. Okay, let's just pop some blocks in there so we can't see through it. And see how this looks if we take a step back. Okay, that's actually looking really cute. Now there is one thing left to do, and that's his collar. And I reckon we're going to use warped for this. Yeah, that's oh, floof. I forgot about the floof. I forgot about the floof, chat. Let's add some floof. Floof. The floof. Okay, I probably should not spam it so much, but be a bit more, like, intentional. What are the brown stuff on the top of the ears? Well, first off, hi, welcome in. And the brown stuff on the top of the ear is like a little bit of colored pattern. Because in the reference image, it's actually like a really dark color, but unfortunately, dark oak is the darkest wood type we have, so I'm working with that. But yeah, it's just like a little bit of, like a colored patch. Yeah, welcome to the stream as well. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. Is it like the hair that the lynxes have, or like antlers? A bit more like the, yeah, a bit more like the hair that like lynxes have. Yeah, just a bit of floof, bit of texture. And then if we, oh, no, let's go through and add a little bit of trapdoors around. All good. I'm glad to have you on board as well. Okay, he's been floofed at the top. And give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can. How do I edit that? Oh, okay, cool. So we're going to work on his shirt, his collar. Now it's kind of like a vest, so we're just gonna do like the collared bit. And then the badge. Now this is the back that we definitely. That's not horrifying at all. That's kind of just wait, hang on. Oh, if I could spell, we're gonna get that. Now I don't think this is an important block. It's not. If I just get rid of these pink lines so it's not so obvious, then also distracting. It looks so derpy. I'm leaving that. I'm leaving that. Okay. Build a brain. I could build a brain. Maybe later. Maybe later. For now. That's not good. For now. Absolutely demolish the fear factor. Lol. Yep. Googly eyes make everything better. Googly eyes make everything better. The collar needs to be like up here-ish. It's an Easter egg for the bunny or rabbit. Yes, definitely. I like how you think. It's definitely not laziness and me not wanting to build the back because no one's ever going to see it. It's an intentional Easter egg. Okay. So, the collar needs to kind of sit like this. And the lining of the shirt is white, so we're gonna have to use... Oh, fill it with chocolate. Like dark oak, just like slash fill dark oak. What can we use for like the lining? Because the lining is white. Do we use pale as well? I reckon we just use pale. Oh, I was also getting warped slabs. These things. I'm just worried that the pale might look a bit too much like his floof. Oh no, because I'm using the planks, it does have a little bit of definition. What do you guys think? I think it kind of works. I think we can make it work. Like that. Yeah, that doesn't look terrible. If we just add a little bit of texture and just fix up a little bit of this, that doesn't look terrible. I mean, not saying it looks amazing, but shells can be a little finicky, can't they? There we go. And then if we just extend it so that he has, like, you know, shoulders, because anatomy. Just extend it down a bit so that it fades out like a proper bust would. And then boom, 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 boom. And then fade out here as well. Let's get some trapdoors going. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad at all. Now we just need to take that and flip it on that side. So the question is, chat, do we copy and paste or do we rebuild? That is the question. I say we do this. Oh, we don't do that. Let's not do that. I was saying at the start of the stream I was finally starting to get used to the mouse, and now I'm not. I'm like backtracking in my ability. So in theory, if we come to about here, we go like this. We sit directly under that block, and we come down here. We go / copy. We look that way. Function F3 north / flip north / paste. And now we, oh wait, / undo, / paste minus air. And now we hope for the best. Okay, that worked. That doesn't look too bad. Now there is one more thing that I think has to be done. Gold. I'm not feeling the gold. Maybe spruce. Spruce kind of has a, oh, or oak. Maybe both. Oak and spruce kind of have a gold-ish, heavy emphasis on the ish, gold-ish tint to them. Now, what does an acorn look like? I definitely do think spruce for the acorn. Let us pop a little acorn. And we'll use birch for like the base bit. It's going to be a very big badge. So maybe we do like that. And we go like that. But again, that's like too... What if we use like force perspective like this? And then we go like this. Birch. And then we maybe swap these ones out for stairs? Maybe buttons? Oh, maybe. Do you offer these builds as downloads for others to explore? I don't, simply because I don't have like Lightmatica or something, so I can't get the schematics for people. Yeah. Button. Maybe like a button. I think we're gonna have to shrink the scale down because that's way too big. I do like the button idea. If we build a little, you know what? kind of looks like an acorn. That does not look like an acorn at all. What am I thinking? What am I saying? Oh, that was unintentional. What if it's like slab? Like rabbits eat acorns. He doesn't eat acorns, but this character is like a postman, and the post service is called Acorn Express, so it's a little acorn badge to show that he works for the company. But I think that's gonna be like the best I can do. Yeah. I'm actually quite proud with how this one turned out. Let's get rid of my cursor in the middle. Oh, that makes total sense. The acorn could be diagonal. Ooh. Ooh, okay, okay. It's a little hard working at such a small scale with oh wait, yes, stairs instead of the fence as a. Wait, I see the vision. I see the vision. Like that, and then just to, so it's not so much of a random sharp point. Or maybe that one's an oak one. Oh, whoops. Like that. I can kind of see that working. I do like that. I do like that. That is a great suggestion. Thank you so much. That was a good shout. It was a very good shout. Yeah, I do like that. I think that works so well. So, I think this build can probably be classed as done. Shall we see what it looks like with shaders? Now, here's the question. Will shaders crash the stream? Video settings, shader packs. Let's turn complementary shaders on. And give it like 5 minutes to load. Why does he look so much happier with shaders? Why does he look so much happier with shaders? That's so cute. That's so cute. I'm so happy with that. I'm super happy with that. Okay, let's get a couple of photos so that we can put them on like the YouTube post and like do a little. You know what I forgot to do? I realized this after the first stream. I forgot to start recording. So I'm not gonna be, must be the brightness. Yeah, I think that really helps make the bamboo pop. I forgot to like record it, so I can't even like do a time-lapse video of this. So it's just gonna be the VODs and a couple of posts. Let's take a screenshot from that angle. Let's shift it down. I really need to like extend my, like the backdrop up. Actually, I think this view looks the best. So yeah, let's just take some screenshots. We can turn that back on. And what I'm gonna do now is turn shaders off because it does slow everything down and make a little bit of lag. Let's make a copy of him and move him out of the way so we don't lose him. He can join my collection of other builds in the corner. Oh, too high. Too far up. And now we get to tear it all down, which is really satisfying. Whoa! That was fast. That was very satisfying. Okay, so let's get a copy of him. And we're going to rotate him that way, so 90 degrees. Slash rotate 90. Oh, not 980, 90. And we're going to come over here. We're going to paste them alongside some of my other builds. Maybe we'll put him like over the village. I think here works. Slash paste minus air. There, perfect. Now that he's there, we can successfully clear him from over here without us worrying about losing the build. I'm actually super happy with how that turned out. Now we are coming up to an hour, so I reckon I'm going to go on a quick little break. But when we come back from that, I want to like mess around with some more architectural stuff. Just, you know, get some bearings, get some ideas down. Let's set air. There we go. He's now copied over there. But yeah, I'm going to run on a quick little break. T-shirt merch. I think that's a little way off, Mr. K. But yeah, I'm going to run on a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to switch. We're going to pivot a little bit, and we're going to do some base building. Yeah, I'm going to pop you over to the Be Right Back screen if it will pop up. Okay, guys, we're back, and actually, let me. I need to edit some of my stream info because we are no longer finishing the bunny. So let's update the names, and I think I can do that over here as well. Stream settings. Okay, I can't edit a stream midway through on YouTube. Okay. Well, YouTube is very delayed. Why is it still on the Be Right Back screen? Well, we'll give it a second. Is it just that it's very delayed? Technical difficulties. Okay, so I have an idea of a base that I want to build. And I'm thinking it could potentially be a biome-bound base. But potentially is the keyword there. Kat and I have been back and forth a little bit, but we haven't had a proper time to sit down and discuss ideas. But I still want to develop this base idea. I mean, feel free to restart the stream if it's needed for the edit. Can people on the YouTube end, can you hear me talking? Is it just the Be Right Back screen is stuck? Let me refresh YouTube. You've not been able to talk to you. Okay. Oh, okay, there we go. Maybe it was just stuck on my end. But it does seem to be working now, so that's really, really good. Oh my goodness, it's stuck. It's like, okay. Now it's back on game mode. Okay, you see me and hear me. Whoa, it works. We love technical issues here. But yes, this is a potential base idea and huge emphasis on the potential, but regardless of whether it becomes a biome-bound thing or not, it is a base that I want to build at some point. So even if it's not something that occurs on biome-bound, it's something that will hopefully occur. You haven't been able to properly talk to your teammate yet? It is hard, because, like, aren't you and your teammate, like, quite a big time zone difference? Devon? I'm trying to remember. Someone said that they had a really big time zone difference with their teammate. I'm fortunate enough that Kat and I have a vaguely similar time zone. So my idea from this base stems from this build, which is one that I did out of my 56 builds for like the Build a Day series. I want to continue this. I loved building this, and it was so much 9 hours apart. Yeah, that is hard, because like if they're asleep, then you're awake, and if you're wait, hang on. If they're asleep, you're awake, and then when you're asleep, they're awake. That would be rough. Okay, let's go / flip 180. Well, I do hope you got paired together because of age. Oh, I see. Did I not copy that? Rotate. Well, I do hope that you get to I do hope you get to have a conversation with them at some point. Because they seem... You're paired with Ezrin? They seem really nice. Not that I've really had a chance, like, properly talk to them, but they did accidentally join a call by mistake, and it was pretty cool. They seem pretty cool. Paste. Where did that... Huh? Why did that... / Why did that paste that? You don't think it will be bad as you both have rubbish sleep schedules? Yeah, you're... Okay. everyone on Biobound seems to have a terrible sleep schedule. Have you guys been able to hear me? Okay. Is it okay? Good. Because I just realized that my mic was muted. I must have tapped it accidentally. Because I went to tap the mic to mute it so that I could clear my throat, and I realized that I'd unmuted it. So I'm so sorry. I have no idea how much you guys have heard. But yeah, I'm going to tap the mic, mute it, clear my throat, and then hopefully unmute it. And if it's not, feel free to yell at me in the chat. Okay, are we back? I hope we're back. The floating paste. Oh, so you missed like a lot. Okay. Well, not too much. I didn't really say anything important. Half of the stuff that comes out of my mouth is kind of irrelevant. It was basically me just saying I want to learn Axiom and maybe I need to talk to someone about learning Axiom. Because a couple of Biobound people know how to use Axiom, and then it was me accidentally opening Axiom, and then me being very surprised, and then talking about how the keybinds are slightly different for a MacBook or for Apple. That was it. You didn't miss anything. But we have a door, and this is my base. This is it. I'm just gonna build a door. I'm gonna live in a door, and that's it. That's gonna be it. We're just gonna live in a door. We're not gonna build a house. We're not gonna do anything. It's just gonna be a door. It's just gonna be a door. Okay. In all seriousness, though, the base that I'm planning, or that I want to build at some point, is quite big. Like, I'm thinking this will be the main door, and it's gonna tower up like quite a bit. I'm gonna need so much payload for this project. So basically what I want to do today is kind of just like mess around with elements, not so much building the base, but like practicing a couple of pillars and stuff like that. This is probably like one of my favorite builds from this series that I did. This one and some of my terraforming. So let me pull up on my Pinterest board that I have up with lots of ideas about how to build this in this style. Let me pull up a reference for some pillars from this era. My biggest concern with this is that it's too small compared to the scale of like everything else for detail wise. Slash stack, don't know, 20 up. Okay, let's go pale. Just gonna get like all the little element bits and see what we can do. Because what I've done here, and I do like this, is this bottom part here, and then this adds a bit like of detail and depth. I love like monochromatic stuff, so I feel like it would be a fun challenge to use one block type, and obviously it would have to be a wood because there's the most variants of a wood. One block type with like a couple of accents with glass and spruce. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. The beauty of wood is things like shelves and trapdoors you can pass light through. So it'd be very easy to... Actually, I should probably like make the base bigger. It'd be very easy to hide light sources. Which, when you're doing building, you kind of want to be thinking about. Especially with such a large scale, because you can't really torch spam. Because it wouldn't look nearly as good. Now, do we do that? I think we do. I'm looking at a couple of references for how they did it in real life architecture. And the pillar base does tend to be a bit more like this. Oh, I think I missed one in the corner. Nope, I didn't. I'm definitely gonna have to scale this part up. Or maybe not. Maybe I like have the door and like this is the first floor and then second floor and then like top of the tower. Because like 1, 2, 3 segments and then the roof. I'm dreading having to build this in survival though. Like the amount of pale oak I'm going to need is slightly stressful. I'm probably going to have to... No, I'm not probably going to have to. I'm 100% going to have to learn how to build a tree farm. Unless someone builds a tree farm and then I can just like use it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. I think that's a good middle ground. Now the question is, do we use signs or do we use trapdoors? Wait, what if we use both? What if we did this? Do we vibe with that? Do we like that? I feel like then we'd need to do it on the bottom here as well. I don't hate it, but I also don't think I love it. Yeah. We'll leave it for now. The bookshelves are cool because you can use spots inside them for additional texture. I know, I love them so much. Especially like doing banner designs and then putting banners in them. Especially with this style of architecture because it's so like ornate. There's like lots of little like bits and pieces. Like putting banners or like buttons or things inside the shelves just adds to that. It's such a great addition. I'll be honest, I was a little skeptical at first, but I've completely fallen in love with them. Okay, so... Okay, that doesn't look too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because it's not high enough that I'm just struggling to see the vision. So I think it needs to be a 7. 7 gap. Oh. Like that, and then oh. I think that looks a little bit better. I think it's just that needed to be taller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, because then we're going to trial a top. Oh, wait. It's sunny and it's windy, and I'm not sure if it's raining or if that was just the wind blowing the water from the trees, but it looks really pretty out my window. Why am I being quiet? The two forbidden numbers. Well, if you don't bring attention to them, Devon, then nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, we heard nothing. I said nothing. I said, this was the number after 5, and this was the number before 8. Yeah. I didn't actually say those numbers. Okay, we do need to put one more up here so we can put this shelf block along here. You said it like 4 times. Well, you know, if we're gonna move on from this, the only thing we can do is like ignore it. Like, we're gonna have to learn to deal with it. Genuinely though, like, it got to a point where I couldn't even count. You can't be shh and then you said it. Okay. How are we approaching the top of this? Because, looking at some references, the bottom of the pillars always had a big chunky base, but the top was a little more refined, a little more elegant, and quite often would, especially for internal ones, they would curve up. Oh, they would curve up into the roof. But for this part here, if it's an external pillar, there'd be a beam that like runs across that way. So maybe we try that. We use stairs. Now, do we put the middle stair? Yes, we 100% put that one. 100% need to put that one. Not the middle stair, the corner stair. I don't know what I'm on about anymore. Now let's build a pretend, like, top. You recently saw a short specifically about this part of building. Which part of building? Like the planning, or like this style of building? Because if you saw a short about this style of building, that's really cool. And definitely something that I would probably need to look up a little bit more. Because I've been looking at real life architecture and just like sketching that. I'm not sure if you guys saw on my YouTube posts, but I've been just like sketching this architecture just to get a bit of a feel. I do like that. I do like that. The top of the column that needs to hold some sort of roof in the other stuff. Yeah. It's been very fun, like, looking up the architecture, because I found some really great, like, infographics that just show you different styles of columns, different styles of windows, from IRL buildings. I find, for me, I try not to look at too much of what other people have built, because then I will completely directly copy that, and that's not what I want to be doing. I want to be, like, challenging myself. So I look at IRL build, like, I say IRL builds, real photos. You'll try to find it later for inspiration. Thank you. I'd love to see how other people do it. Okay. Now, how do we feel about a 2-block? We do not like a 2-block. No, we do not like a 2-block. Needs to be a 1 in the middle. Oh. Oh. We do not like the 2-block. Dum, 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 dum. That was so satisfying. Okay, now the question for this roofy bit here. Do these? Oh, they do sit back. Okay, perfect. Do we vibe with that? Or do we want to? Do we want to do that? Or because I was thinking the shells, but now I'm thinking they do sit back a little. Actually, I'll do like a half-half. Let's go about here. What if we use these? Because they tend to sit a little bit more in the middle. Or if we did like a combination, maybe. Like if we did two hanging signs and then we did shelf, 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 hanging sign, 1, 2, 3, 4, hanging sign, 1, 2. Because the other thing we can use is fence gates. Like that. Maybe we use fence gates instead of shelves. I know they do tend to sit a little bit more. Or maybe we just use fences. Oh, What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Come on, Mickey, what are you thinking? Okay, I think the shelves look a little bit better. They're a bit more subtle. So I think I will opt for the shelves. I think the fences are nice, but they're a bit too in your face. Now the other thing is, do I want it to be stairs along the bottom here? I don't... Oh, wait, hang on. What if it's stairs, but the stairs are like this? What if it's stairs, but the stairs are like this? That actually looks kind of cool. And it's more in line with like the original architecture, because they will have like a little bit of a gap and an overhang lip. So I reckon we do stairs like this along the bottom. And then along the top as well. Oh, I broke the sign. No, no. Do we vibe with that? We do vibe with that. We like that. Or at least I like that. I don't know if you guys like that. You guys might not like that. But I like that. And I'm vibing with it. So let's pop some... Oh! Okay, I like that. I think I do like that. But I think what needs to happen is this one needs to be swapped out for a block. Actually, no. We're going to just pretend that it continues that way. So we're just going to put a shelf there. And then we're going to, again, just continue this part out, because we want to try practicing some other pillar, like potential pillar designs. This is kind of weird because I've never like practiced building my builds in creative for survival. I'll normally just like wing it there and then, which sometimes works, and most of the time it's like on a friend server, so it doesn't really matter if it looks good or not. But yeah, for this build, like you may have picked out that I'm more of a creative person. I do love survival, but I don't normally go like over the top with my builds in survival. That being said, I built an entire like biome in one of my mates' servers. And I didn't plan it at all. I was just like, this is the vibe. I'm going to build it. And somehow it turned out not terrible. I think these ones, yeah, those two are attached to the block, which is not what I want. I think they would look better attached like that. Okay, let us try build another pillar. Yes. Let's try a different pillar style. And we're going to try one that's like this. Now it's going to be a 3x3 instead of a 2x2, so the maths is probably going to be a little bit off, but that's fine. We just won't worry so much about the back. I feel like that's a bit of a theme with my builds, especially in creative, like, the back's fine, no one's going to see it ever, it's chill. When I actually build this in survival, I'm definitely going to have to worry about the back. I'm probably going to have to learn how to like properly use a happy ghast as well. But I genuinely just prefer scaffolding. I feel like I have a bit more control over scaffolding. Yeah. Because like the happy ghast mechanic is cool, but it's just a bit slow and it's a bit hard to figure out. I definitely need some more practice with it. Okay, let's start on the base. Again, we want a big chunky base pillar. We'll probably also go 2 blocks high because our numbers are the same. And I reckon we'll use shelves here. Like that. Do we vibe with that? I think we can. I think we can vibe with that as a potential pillar design. And then we'll use shelves, signs here. And along here as well. Let's not put that sign there. Let's put the signs on here. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. That doesn't look terrible. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. And I think for the top, we're going to do a very similar thing here. So we're going to put... Oh, don't break the block. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Never mind, it was specifically for developing duodongs, traditional Chinese roofing thing. It also wasn't Minecraft, but in some model making software. That's okay. I mean, I'm not building in I'm building inspired by a particular style, but sometimes it helps to like take a step back and look at other styles as well and see how they can influence a build. Okay, how do we feel about that? That still sounds really interesting though. Still sounds really interesting. I'm thinking very hard here. I'm thinking very hard. Okay, so in this reference image, this top section here is also a little bit chunky. Not as chunky as that, but I think chunky enough that we can swap those blocks out for like that. And I do think, it was that one that didn't swap over. Nope. Okay. And that can despawn, because we can just do that. And I reckon if we do... You can't find it. Your only lead was that it was about a about differently complex. Oh, okay. Yeah, it can be pretty hard to like refine videos. I feel like there could be a much better system in place. I definitely want this to be a bit more of a gradual into here. So like that. I don't hate that. And then a trapdoor there. And a trapdoor there. And then maybe a sign there. And a sign there. Okay, I definitely reckon I'm going to do like a basic pillar like that. But it is still fun to mess around and see. So this is my center. Mess around and see how other styles could work. So let's see if this is divisible by 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It is not divisible by 3. We were so close. (22 minus 3 is it's still not divisible by 3. So we're probably just gonna go in the middle rather than dividing it into 3 chunks. Mind reading would be a fire search system. It would make it certainly a lot easier, although I'm not sure I would want things to be able to read my mind. But it would definitely make things easier, especially if you could only remember like a tiny little chunk of a video or an idea. I feel like with song lyrics, if you just like remember a vague thing about the song, it's so hard to find it again if you don't know like a decent chunk of the lyrics. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's see if we can refine it. Boom. 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 Nah. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Don't like how that is turning out. Maybe instead of the blocks we use these. I feel like that's a bit more subtle. And I think I can vibe with that. Siri, search for la la la. I know. It'd be so much easier. And I feel like a lot of the time I just remember like the vibes of the song and maybe like one word. And it's like, hey Google, this song has these vibes and it has this one word in it. What is it? Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Again, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And this is all about practicing and comparing. So even though I don't particularly like it, I'm going to keep it as a practice and a potential. But I am quite happy with how I did the top. The bottom probably could be a little bit chunkier. It does look slightly off balance. I still think this one looks the best. But we are definitely starting to get somewhere. We are starting to get somewhere. And I'm realizing this is way too small. I'm going to have to like scale it up significantly. Which I'm scared about. Especially building this in survival mode. But yeah, I do need to like... Kat and I do need to have a proper like conversation about what we're building. What our characters are. How we're doing this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Biome Bound. 1 more week. and a bit. 1 more week and a day. And we will be streaming that, so look forward to that. And there will probably be a stream on next Tuesday and next Thursday. So Tuesday, Thursday, Australian Central Standard Time. Don't know like specific times. I don't have a set time yet. It's whenever I'm free. But the Sunday stream will be at 9 AM Australian Central Standard Time. And Biobound will be starting then. And yeah, it will be great fun. I'm genuinely so excited. But I'm also like a little bit scared because I know some people on there are really good builders. And it's like, whew. Chat agrees. The top left column is really cool with the subtleness. Yeah. Yeah. I do agree with that. But again, this is like practice and we're just trialing a couple of different potential options. I think the second column would work better if I did it at a larger scale. Like instead of it being like a 3x3, if it was like a 5x5 or 7x7, like a huge type of mega build style. I think this style of like the bumpy bits is a little bit limited within Minecraft. Whereas this one's a bit, yeah. So let's continue to replicate this pattern and see if we can get a few more pillars in. Another thing that I do want to do today is like start trialing some doors and like windows. Like one thing with the Gothic, like Baroque, Bach. I still don't know how to say that word. Because everyone pronounces it differently. Everyone I've spoken to. Like my creative arts professor at uni pronounces it Baroque. Or Baroque. Yeah, Baroque. B4, 1, 2. And then I think Google said it's pronounced Bach. And then I've heard people say it's like Baroque. And it's like, I don't know. So I'm probably just going to say like Gothic architecture, even though it's technically not Gothic. Or, it's not Neolithic architecture, is it? That word just came to head. What is Neolithic? Neolithic architecture. Architecture. Nope. Neolithic is way ancient. Way ancient. Don't know where my brain was going with that. Okay, let's try maybe 1 or 2 more pillars. And then move on to some doors. Or at least like one door. I'd like to try and get one windowy door thing done. Let me see. A lot of the pillars are like this or like that. Or they're octagonal. Which at this scale is just not going to cut it. Like I'm not going to be able to get an octagonal pillar. Another thing I am seeing though is if we just axe, nope, I can't just type axe in because of all of the waxed variants. If I just go like first position that. Second position that. And just go like / copy. Bring this. Bring that about there. / paste. One thing that I'm noticing is a lot of them have like this beam kind of thing that runs across. Like slightly smaller pillars that are in the corners. I say corners because, you know, cube game, but they're not. In real life, they're all round, so they're not really corners. But they have smaller pillars running along the edges. So I just want to see what that would look like. I have no idea if this is going to work. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I definitely think this top section needs to be chunkier. Now the question is, what would it look like if it was a full block? And would it look bad? Oh, I think it definitely looks better with the fence as the fence post. And this would have to definitely be extended like so. Oh no, do we go the fence or do we go the... This just looks too imposing to me. I think it needs to be like a middle ground between this and between that. But because Minecraft doesn't have that, we're gonna have to go with the fence. Like that. That doesn't look terrible. And then maybe we go like that. Maybe we go like that. That doesn't look too bad, to be honest. It is a bit weird, but it does kind of fit the vibes. Let's try it on the rest of the sides. Hey, that rhymed. You live in Europe, so in your language it's Barroco, read with the hard R, but not as long sounding as the Spanish R, so the professor's pronunciation is closer to what you know. Ah, I see. The English language is weird, isn't it? Because you can pronounce one word like multiple different ways depending where you're from. And then everyone starts like complaining at you if you say a word wrong based on where they're from, but it's like right where you're from. It's really confusing. But yeah, I think I'm gonna like probably refer to it as like Baroque. I'll probably just say Gothic, to be honest, because it's a bit of an easier word to say. Baroque is just a bit hard for me to say. I don't know why, it kind of like sticks in my mouth funny. Okay. I kind of feel like this one here would work better with these fences. So let's try that. I'm just like varianting them now. Let's go copy. / copy. / paste. And let's just finish this bit because I didn't actually finish this pillar. Oh. And this didn't copy perfectly, so we're going to have to do some repair work. And I think it's floating on the edge of space. So we're just going to extend this to the edge here. Where did I put my stairs? Boom, oh, boom, boom, boom. And we're gonna go 1, 2, and we're going to just finish these 2 off there. And then I'm gonna try see what this looks like with fences. All the way up and all the way down. I feel like something's missing here. Yes, that's because something is missing here. Oh. What have I? Okay, I'm missing a sign on the top here. Okay, I think that looks a little better than that, but I'm still not fully vibing with this style. In fact, I'm not sure I like that at all. I do need to fix this top part here though. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not sure I'm vibing with this one. I still think the first one that we went with, the classic, basic, keep it clean, keep it simple, I think that's probably what I'm going to opt with. Especially as elements like trapdoors and signs get really expensive really quickly. I think that's going to be my go-to. So we've experimented with a couple of pillars and I do have a favorite. Thinking. I think I'm going to go away and do like a couple of like potential window and door options in the back here. Just mess around a little bit. But we are coming up to 2 hours of streaming. I might stream for a little bit longer. Maybe we'll do one window. Maybe we'll try do one window and then we'll end stream. Because we are coming up on 2 hours of streaming and unfortunately I do have assignments that I need to finish for uni and I do have things that I need to do, which is really sad. I wish I could just, you know, stream all day and just play Minecraft all day and experiment with this all day because this is really fun. It's been so much fun just having like a chill little building, like chill vibes. It's been so much fun. But yeah, I think I'll try one window. And I don't really have any rhyme or reason or method to this. I've got a reference image and we're just going to attempt it. So let's start with this bottom bit here. So the window that I'm looking at is divided into 2 parts. We have like a mini window here and there's 2 arches. And then up here, we have a bigger section and there's 3 arches. And then up the top, we have a bit more of a circular ending with the point. So if we start with this bottom element here, it's going to be pretty similar to this basic pillar at the bottom. So I'm probably going to start by mimicking that, and I might not do the sides because obviously this window section would be just attached to a wall, so there'd be no detail on the back there because it would just be a wall. And then what did I do? I did leave it like that. And then go into the, like that. But this side here, or at least this side here, can't be like that because out of here comes the first pillar, and I reckon it's gonna be probably that high. Yeah, the top of the curve is gonna be here. So let's just put these blocks here. It's a bit of a placeholder. Oh, boom, boom. Boom. Maybe like that. Put a shelf. And then block, stair, shelf, trapdoor, shelf. And then here we can go like shelf, sign. Maybe all the way to the end. Or should we put like, oh, that wasn't intentional. What if we ran shelves down the end, down the side? That could work. And then we need to replicate it on this side. So we go shelf, oh, we go shelf, and we go 2 signs. And we go stair, and then we go block with a trap door. Nope, block with a trap door on it. That one has a sign on it. That one is a stair. That one is a shelf. And then we put a row of blocks down this side. Like that. We've got a trap door there, and then we've got 2 shelves there. I think this needs to just come up. And then that should be a slab. So let's put that there, that there, that there, and let's get a slab. Ooh. Put a slab there and a slab there. Yeah, that looks so much better. And maybe instead of this, we do like that. Yeah, I think that works. And then we've got a bit of an overhang out here. So if we come along like this. Oh. Like that. I do like that. And then if we fill like this space behind with just solid blocks, and then this space on top, down this bottom section, we can create a little bit of air. Like that. Okay, cool. I do like that, and I do think this needs to be like that though. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a wooden axe. We're going to mark that part as the top. And we're gonna come out here. Now I marked the first position, so we need to mark the second position. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna stand directly here. We're gonna go copy. Function F3 / flip east / paste. Now I do believe my music just stopped. Yes, I do want my music to continue. Thank you. Okay, so this is the bottom arch for our window. That's the bottom section. Now there is this. Oh. Which I think does need to be continued all the way around. Like that maybe? And actually here, I think it needs to be a solid block. So that I can add these details on top. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. It needs to go, it's like twice this length. So from here to the top of the arch is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or 12, 13, just to be safe. And we will pop the top along there. We'll do the same here. Oh, bring it all the way up. Like that. So then there are 3. So we're gonna hope that this is divisible. This is our middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a block down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a block down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Nope, not perfect. Ah, we have a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think it's okay if the middle one is skinnier, because on my reference picture, the middle one is the skinny one. Oh, I really should have pushed this a little further back, but we're going to look at it from this weird angle. So let's just work on this one first. One side, flip it, and then work on the middle. So this is like a temporary placeholder. So this one actually wouldn't be like that, because this curve starts to come up and curve around. So about here, we're gonna swap to like that. Actually, I think a bit further down, like there. So we're gonna go like that. And we're gonna add some pale signs. And then here as well, it's how many? 2 down from there. 1, 2. So boom, 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 boom. Okay, we'll probably do like some detailing there like we did on the base of these pillars. You gotta leave? That's all good. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you too have a good one. Yeah, have a great time zone wherever you are, and thanks for popping in. And we're gonna do shelves like that. Okay, yeah, I like that. And maybe here we go shelf, and we go trapdoor. I like that. Good luck with my assignments. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time zone, and I'll hopefully see you again in another stream. Oh. What if we use fence gates? Okay. I don't hate that. I actually quite like that. I think that's cute. Let's add another shelf. Now we got to copy it over, and I think this part here needs to be a bit more fleshed out. So we'll go like trapdoor, 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 and we're gonna go shelf and shelf along these bottom blocks. We're gonna pop a shelf there. Oh wait, hang on. Hang on a second. Oh no, I like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this over. Wooden axe. Oh. So our second point, we need to make sure our first point comes up here. Oh. And we'll go on this one, / copy, / flip east, and then we're going to go to here, / paste minus air. Perfect. And then we're going to just finish off this middle part like so. We'll probably put a slab there. Like that. And then very similar, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then probably some shelves. Now the thing about this top section here is it needs to curve up quite a bit. So this needs to be another 11 blocks high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we've got like circular windows now. So these two pillars need to connect up to this point. So we're gonna go like that. We don't actually want that middle bit. So how are we going to do this? I have no idea. But we're just gonna experiment and see what works. Oh, like that. Okay, that curve there kind of works. I think that's our final curve. Again, we will just be doing half of the build and then flipping it over. That is the beauty of World Edit. This song is so cute. Okay. We have a curve. Let us refine the curve. Oh. We threw the block out. We threw the block out. Let's try this again. And actually, we shouldn't be refining that back section because we still need solid blocks there. And this part here as well is going to be quite interesting to work with. So it kind of feels like we need like that almost along the bottom. Like that. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. And then we'll go up, 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 and we're gonna go 1, dum, 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 like that. And actually, we're probably gonna go a little bit higher up as well, like that, like that. And then we'll have a circular piece in the middle. Now these here actually need to be removed because there's curve to the top of these as well. So it needs to be more like that. And the circle window sits in there. And it is technically 1, 2, 3, but I reckon I might just do one big circular window. Now I don't know if this circle on top of these counts as a rose window, but yes. Okay, let's go out like that. Let's get our axe back. Wooden axe. Let's make that the first position because my brain's just gonna get confused. And then make this the second position. And then we're gonna stand here. / copy / flip east. We're gonna head over to here. It's just there in that corner. / paste -air. Yeah, like that. So now we need to figure out this circle. So let's find a center-ish point. Oh, the wind's picking up a little bit. So how high is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's our middle block there. So that's our middle point. Wow, you're good at building. Thanks, Devon. And welcome back. How you doing? And yeah, this is just trial and error. But this is what we got so far. You were on another stream and keep coming back. Yeah, well, I'm gonna wrap this stream up after I do this window because unfortunately I have things to do that I don't really want to do. But actually, okay, that is the mathematical center. But visually, I think I should drop it down at least a block. What happens if I do that? What happens if we drop it down one block? Because there's one thing about it being mathematically correct, and there's another thing about it being visually correct. And I think that did it. But yeah, this is what we've been working on. This one is from one of my builder days, and then I'm just messing around with these as potential, base ideas. Something that I want to mess around with. I want to consider myself a good builder, but at some point, can you show me some tips? I'm more than happy to give tips, but my biggest tip is watch a lot of other people. I watch a lot of Hermitcraft. Some would say too much Hermitcraft. But I watch a lot of other builders, and then I just steal ideas and steal techniques. But yeah, when it comes to closer details, I kind of just, because I'm building from real life, so I've got a reference picture of an infographic talking about Gothic or Baroque architecture windows, and I'm just trying to copy that. And this is normally what my hotbar looks like when I'm doing creative buildings. I get all of the little pieces. Normally it's a bit more organized. Normally I'll put it in size. Love Hermitcraft. Hermitcraft is great. And I've when you're watching the builders and they drop a tip and you're like, wow, I'm stealing that tip. I'm stealing that and I'm using that technique. That's why I love like watching Pearl or Scar. I'll be honest, I don't watch a lot of Scar. I really should watch more Scar. I generally watch like Pearl, Green, Zedaf. And I started watching Gem as well. Now this circumference is 1, 2, 3. Oh, radius is 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then like that? Yes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You've made yourself a color table? That's really smart. I need to figure something out for like colors. I've started like using these Axiom tools, which are so good for like picking colors and stuff. I love Pearl's, yeah, I love Pearl's building style as well. I've definitely not stolen bits and pieces from her builds before. 1, 2, 3. That would be why my thing's weird. Because that is not actually the real diameter. We might have a problem, but we might have a potential creative option. Yeah, I think I've definitely picked up bits and pieces from like Pearl's building style. You sent a screenshot on Discord. That would be when my phone lit up. Give me 2 seconds. Oh wow, I'm gonna steal that. If you don't mind, that color sheet. I'm stealing that. I'm saving that to my photos. I'm stealing that. Oh. Now I don't fully know. I don't know if you were around when I mentioned this, but one thing I kind of want to try doing is going monochromatic. So building this base entirely from pale oak. Because there was something Pearl did in season 8. She built her base originally entirely out of stone. You can send me the schematic. I would really appreciate that. I don't know how to use schematics, so you're probably going to have to like teach me at some point. I'm going to have to learn if I'm like going to be transferring these elements into a proper server. Okay, so we've got a circle. We've got a circle. Wow, you leave and come back and wow. Thank you. Yes, this is what I've done so far. I'm experimenting and it's a lot of fun. I like experimenting. I think that kind of works. Imagine this like filled with glass or something. And maybe even we put one in the middle and we go like, use that as like a placeholder block. These are placeholder blocks, guys. They're not permanent. Like that. Yeah, made it out of stone as a placeholder and then colored it. I actually loved the way that the stone looked as well. It may just have been that Pearl's an amazing builder and like the shape and texture just worked so well. But using like a wood, you still get lots of color variance. Like this here is darker than this. And it's like, I'm going to get this technically wrong, but it's either hue or tone. It's one of them. And within one block type, you can get like so many different variants. Okay, I'm happy with this top section. Stained glass. Yeah, kind of stained glass, but I'm thinking maybe more like the fog effect. Because I do still want like the inside space to be semi-functional. So let's pull this part down because there's actually a little bit of detailing that needs to go along here. And it's roughly here. I need to get better at shaping, so you agree? Yeah. Getting the shapes right is hard. Like with the rabbit that I was building at the start, the shapes are all wrong. But the problem with organics is you don't really realize that the shapes are wrong until you're like mostly done with it. I think that works better. Or maybe I'd split the difference. But with like architecture and stuff, it's so much easier to see this is wrong pretty quickly. And then it's a much easier fix. But I'm trying to get better at like kind of planning little bits and pieces in creative. Like I don't want to plan the whole thing in creative because like Grian said, it kind of takes away some of the fun. I find a lot of fun in going into survival and just winging it. And so far that's kind of worked. But I also haven't taken on a project as detailed as this in survival. I much more do like heavy detail in creative. If you get Lightmatica, upload to the schematics folder. It should be there. Thank you so much. I will trial that when I get time and once I finish this. But yeah, I think I need to learn Lightmatica so that I can transfer some of these elements into survival. Like I'm purposely not building this entire base in creative. I'm practicing elements. So like here, your issue is you start too many things. No, I completely feel that. If it wasn't for content keeping me accountable and on one track, I would have like 5 projects at once. But yeah, what I'm doing here is just like trialing elements rather than going like full ham, build the whole base, because I 100% want to. Like I could. But then that would take away from some of the fun of discovering and figuring things out in survival. Too many things, not enough time. That is my month, basically. It's a bit stressful. I just wanna play Minecraft all the time. I just wanna build this base. I just wanna, but you know, things to do, places to be, people to see. Although I don't really have people to see. On hardcore, you had like 4 different builds. Was that on the Biome Bound hardcore? None of which were complete. I feel that. I feel that. Was that the Biome Bound hardcore world? Oh. Now in my reference picture, this bit is kind of just like frilly. Like lots of details. Yeah. Well, I didn't even get to the point of building bases in the hardcore world. I just like died immediately. Which I'm kind of like, I am kind of glad about because I genuinely had no idea what I was going to do in hardcore. Like as a base. Because the way my brain kind of works when it comes to creatives is if I don't have an idea, it ends up really bad. Like I need to have a vibe, I need to have at least an image in my head. And once I get that image, I'm able to run with it. I don't like that. But until I get that image, I'm just kind of a sitting duck. And I'm kind of unable to just pull ideas out of my head. Once I get a vibe, I can start like researching or looking into things and then like do my sketches and stuff like that. One of my favorite things to do when planning the builds is to actually like sketch them out. Where's a slab? Is that a slab? That's a slab. And then that just helps me visualize how things are going to go. Yeah, you kind of just built what you felt like you were doing. That's fair. Sometimes that's the best way to go. You just go with the vibes, go with the feels. And sometimes it'll surprise you. Now, there's nothing fancy at the base of those pillars in the reference, but I really want to add, which is the opposite of what you usually do. You usually overthink. No, I feel that. I do feel that. Because, like, you want it to be good. You want it to be perfect. And I feel like, particularly in, like, a content space, there's an expectation that you do have to be good at the game. Which is why I'm a little bit nervous about Biobound, because like some of the people are really good at building. Like they built the island and the landscapes. But I think it's like okay to do things that may not be perfect or amazing. I say that as I'm literally planning my build so that it looks okay on the server. Like, even if this isn't my final build, I will still plan my final build, or elements of my final build, for the server. But yeah, I do get that overthinking in this space. You're up against, like, people who are really entertaining, or people who are really good at building, or really good at redstone, and it's hard. It is hard. I like try not to think too much about that. I'm just like vibing, having fun, messing around with people. Which is why another reason I'm really looking forward to Biobound is getting to mess around with other people who are also in this space. Okay, how does that look? That doesn't look too bad, actually. Tomorrow I think I'm just going to try and build things. Nice. You going to be streaming that, or just like building for yourself? Oh, nope, that does not, nope, that don't work. Okay, I think the fence has kind of ruined it. I am going to remove the fences and leave it as glass. Because I don't have to follow this image to a T. It's a reference. It's an inspiration. It's not my final. But the laptop that has my reference image up is about to die, so I will close that down now. Okay, what are we thinking for this window? I think that looks pretty cool. I'm also realizing how massive this build's gonna end up being. You'll see if you can stream, depends what you're doing, to be honest. That's fair. And not everything needs to be streamed. Like, I'm probably gonna go and finish testing a couple things off stream. You're gonna go to... It's nearly 3 a.m. Yeah, go get some sleep. I'm about to head off as well. Thanks for joining me, but yes, go get some sleep. Have a wonderful rest of your night. I hope you get a good rest. And to the rest of the chat, I hope you have a wonderful time zone. It looks sick. Thank you. I'm realizing how huge this building is gonna be, and I'm kind of stressed because I don't want to have like... I don't want to take over. It depends how big... I'll see. I might have to scale bits down. But yeah, I am also going to head off. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me see if anyone's live that I can raid into. Who is currently live streaming that I'm following? Yeah, like you said, you have rubbish sleep schedules. Yeah, I figured. Potato, is this... Oh, hi, Potato. Welcome in. I'm about to head off. Yeah, this is a potential base idea. I still need to, like, talk to Kat. And we need to iron out stories and stuff. But regardless of whether I build it on Biobound or not, I do want to build this project somewhere. Not hope you have a wonderful time, but a wonderful time zone. Yeah, I don't know where I picked it up, but I like saying a wonderful time zone because, you know, no harm in being the Joel on the server. Yeah. Yeah, I picked up wonderful time zone, I think, from watching Karnas's streams. Because, like, you know, everyone's all over the world. And it's a bit of fun. But yeah, I'm going to head off. I've got things that I have to do that I really don't want to do, but I have to do. I believe Vero is live streaming. Now, I'm pretty sure he's not a PG streamer. So if you only, like, want to watch PG streamers, maybe don't join this raid. But I am going to raid into Vero Still waiting for a biome for any serious lore. That is very fair. Vero Gaming. Let's raid into Vero. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I think, yeah, he's on the hardcore world with Biobound. The one that I died on. So yeah, we're gonna raid into Vero. Again, he's not a PG streamer, so be aware of that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful time zone, and I'm gonna head off and actually get this assignment going. See ya!